Good morning. Welcome to the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show right here on Camnet TV, not just another channel. I'm your host, Constance Mwemba, and in the studios I'm with Sharon Kalimbula. Sharon, how are you?
Hi. Once again, I'm here. Thank you so much for joining us. As she said, my name is Sharon Kalimbula. This is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show, Monday edition. We have quite a number of things lined up for you. And be sure to stay tuned and call in to contribute and get interactive with us. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, you have a problem. Where are you? What a problem?
She's here.
Okay.
I don't know what's with this set, but it excites me. It just puts me in the mood of wanting you people to be excited as well. I mean, it's the first day of the week. It's the first day of working. Mm-hmm. And if at all you're not motivated to work, probably your whole week will be disturbed. So. Yeah. Sending you all the love, all the care. Thank you for joining us, Camnet TV. We are here for you. Thank you for joining us.
Mwashira breakfast.
I did.
Obviously. Kwanza wanga tabalile, tumwashi batu tabalalia.
I did.
Good to know. How have you been though?
I've been okay. The weekend was good.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's where you're going. I know you're going to say, how was your weekend? So I better answer it before. My weekend was good.
Okay, nice. Though my weekend wasn't all that good though. But anyway, we are okay. What can we say? Nah, it's a weekend.
We're back to
and
work.
We are here to work. Very excited to start the week with Kalimbula here, with her energy and everything. You know, all those issues. So, So, Sharon, what are we discussing today?
Okay, so today we have two guests, and we will be revealing them to you as the show unfolds. But briefly, we're going to touch on the dismissal of the former, we quickly go into former Bank of Zambia Governor Dr. Deni Kalialia. And we just want to discuss briefly how this is going to affect the economy, knowing that the central bank's role is to advise government on issues of the economy, issues of monitoring the policy rates and stuff. So briefly, we will discuss on that, and we're hoping that you out there will be able to call in and give us your contributions and how you feel this should be done, or is the new Bank of Zambia governor the right candidate for this job. We're not talking about qualifications, we're not talking about personal things. No, be objective. Yeah,
be objective. There's been so much talk, especially on Facebook. Immediately we saw that letter from State House. Yeah, people are like, this man now, videos of everything he used to do started coming out. That's why you should be careful about some of these things you do, because when you are appointed.
If you have taken pictures of me dancing, delete them.
Delete.
Can
you delete it? But it's somehow very interesting, and anyway, we'll get to talk more about it as our guests come in on the show. They're still on their way. So we tune in into the morning boost and get to exercise a bit for the day.
Good morning, Camnet viewers, and welcome to Morning Boost. I'm so glad that you've tuned in. Let's do some simple, basic workouts for you to stay fit and you go about your day. All right, so we'll start with a warm-up for a minute. Let's go. That's 1 minute warm-up to warm up your body. Relax your muscles. Let's bounce. Let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and how are you? It's good. So it's gonna be a 1 minute warm-up. Just a warm-up, let's go. Almost there. Okay, we're gonna run now. Let's go. So we're gonna work out for 3 minutes, and then after we'll do a cool down. We're cooling down. Let's go. See what I'm doing? That's the movement of my feet. That. I need that from you. Let's go. Let's run. Let's go. Very basic today. Keep going. And 4, 3, 2, march now. Okay, that was your first workout. Let's go to the next one. Kicks now. 1. Kick and let the blood circulate on your legs. Let's go. 3 minutes workout. After that, you do a cool down. Kick. Let's go. Kick. Bring it to the knee now. Knee high. Squeeze the tummy when you do that. Let's go. Squeeze here. Go. Squeeze here. That's the part I'm working on. Let's go. Easy. Back to running now. Let's go. You need this every morning. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Go. And kick now. Kick, side kick. This side. Back. This side. Kick. Go. Lift your leg high and kick. Go. 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 And that's all you need every morning. Let's conclude now. Let's go. And let's run. Let's run. Bring in the kick now. Kick. Kick. Again. Kick. Bring it to the knee now. Knee. Knee. Last kicks. This one. And this one. This one. Let's go. And march in. Very simple what you've done today. Looks like you have not done anything, and yet it's able to work out. Let's march. Let's go. You're almost there. It's almost 5 minutes of a workout. So thank you so much for tuning in. Basic workouts in there today, and have a blessed day. And I'm signing out. My name is Isaac Matsa.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for just being here. This lady here has a serious problem, I'm telling you. I don't even want to talk about it.
A serious sense of humor.
I don't even want to think about it.
A serious sense of humor.
I want what a problem. My way. Okay, so she's been saying a lot of things which we can't bring on TV. But anyway, we'll be discussing Christopher Mvunga's new appointment as Bank of Zambia governor. Is the man eligible or not? Looking at all those things that people have been saying on social media, does he have the right qualifications? You know, I don't know. Those, looking at what people have been saying on social media, it's more like they're judging him morally.
First of all, the word eligible, you know, it takes me to the elections. But
can you come down, Iwe? What's your
Is he capable of leading
the
central bank?
I know, yeah.
You know, when you use eligible, you know how people get excited about elections?
Okay, I know, because I saw you smile. Immediately I said that word.
Eligible.
And then you were connecting it to, which is a very wrong thing, because we're talking about something different here. So, okay, people have been judging this man, I think, based on morals. The man has been seen in videos dancing, you know, wah, 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 and all that. Is there anything wrong with doing that? I mean, he's a human being. He has some time. Maybe sometimes he tends to have fun. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, first of all, I think one of the major mistakes that we make in life is to judge people out of what we see. I mean, he's just a human being.
Yeah.
He can feel good. We all have a feel-good moment.
Yeah,
you know?
we do. So
yeah, so why should you judge my capability in terms of professionalism?
Yeah.
In terms of me dancing,
being able to deliver.
You know? No, you're not supposed to do that. So for me, I think he's qualified. Only that. Academically, yeah, I'm going to say
there's a very big difference. Yeah,
someone would have all the academic qualifications, but then when it comes to performance, it's below par. But however, yesterday I think we did a story of the National Democratic Congress Party President Shimba Kamwili, who said the man is qualified. He's a hard worker. He's worked with him. He attested to that. But then he still insists Mr. Mbunga is not the right person to lead the central bank.
Because I think
because he is, according to Shimba Kamwili, Dr. Shimba Kamwili. I don't want to be you know, silent.
He's attached to the ruling patriotic
He's attached to the appointed authority, and according to him, that means he will not be able to discharge his duties professionally. However, he will focus on the appointing authorities' needs and wants, especially for going next year. You know, that's what people are basing their judgment on.
Yeah.
We're going to the elections next year. That's why I said eligibility is the wrong word. Because, you know, people are always even myself, I'm associating eligibility to next year, you know.
No.
So, yeah, basically, those are some of the views that are coming forth from different people. We have political figures that have spoken out on this appointment. Others are calling him to reject this appointment. However, he can't. That's a fact. He can't reject it.
That's impossible.
That's impossible, obviously. 30. For what?
Really? Okay, when you know that, okay, because we know ourselves. Okay, me, I can't deliver. Like, I really know that I can't do that.
I think I'm very good at that. Offer. If I know I would not manage, I don't. And if I say I will manage, I have to follow through, no matter the challenges that come on my way. That I need to ensure that I follow through what I signed up for. If I don't feel I would manage, Dakana. So Mr. Mbunga, obviously, he knows that he will manage. Yeah. Qualification-wise, I think he's a chartered accountant. He will manage. He knows all these things. But I think the political inclination is what sells him off. This is what people are doubting.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you feel social life, the dancing and part, we all love to dance. I dance all the time.
So people,
the videos that you have, you people delete them. The appointment is coming.
Okay, let me just quickly read something here from the Constitution of Zambia, Amendment Act number 2 of 2016, provides that there shall be a governor of the Bank of Zambia who shall be appointed by the President subject to ratification by the National Assembly, and who shall be first a citizen of Zambia, second, a person who has a specialized training and experience in economics, finance, accounting, banking, law, or any other field relevant to banking as prescribed. So the man is qualified.
Yeah, the man is qualified.
Yeah.
Well, we don't dispute that, but obviously the argument, like I mentioned earlier, comes in on the part of political inclination. We fear the central bank being the overall bank of Ichipao. You know, in Bemba we say Ichipao. Indalam.
Ichipao.
Ichipao. Kuba sungile indalama. You know, money.
Eko moya vika baka.
Eko moya vika ifwe.
Chapwa.
God, I was living on money.
But again, the important question is why now?
Why now?
Because looking at some of the posts, maybe especially from UPND leader, he's saying it's more like you are changing somebody right at the time when you need that person to work more, because according to people, the economy is damaged. They need someone who can fix the economy now. So removing Kalialia and putting Vunga to people is more like we are starting from scratch.
Because you know what happens when you change a person, they'll come with their own, quite all right, yes, he has technocrats surrounding him, advising him on how things are done. He's not going to be alone, but he will be the head and obviously the final say of what happens at the central bank. So putting in a new person will mean you're starting, you're coming up with fresh ideas. But we only have a year for this term to end. And for me, it's like, it's not even about politics. It's also about the national plan that we have in place that is coming to an end next year. We only have a year for that as well. So when we're talking about a year, we're not talking about, no, the people in power, no. Obviously, if other people were to come in, we will still continue with this plan until 2021 December. Then 2022, that's when we'll start looking at another development plan. Currently, we have the 7th National Development Plan, which has 5 pillars, of which the whole department of government look at those and follow those guidelines that are in that plan. So when we start changing people now, what are we doing to the country? Owing to the fact that the effects of COVID-19 have greatly affected almost all sectors. Almost all sectors.
Perhaps Mvunga is the right man for the job. Looking at the current economy, maybe government's argument would be like, okay, then why didn't Kalialia fix it? Why he has to be fired? I mean, for a certain reason. You can't just wake up and say, Bakalimbla, today you have been fired. But why? Perhaps the man hasn't delivered according to government, maybe. So they
firing me without a reason. I'll say no. This is my job. So yes, I think this is one of the things that people are questioning out there. So the president also, when firing someone, they should be able to indicate, we are discharging this person of their duties because of this, and that, to avoid speculation, because there's an array of speculation out there.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a clip of Dr. Kambwili. We see exactly what was said.
Charging is function. The Bank of Zambia governor needs no external influence on making decisions. The question that all the people of Zambia must ask is, where is Christopher Mvunga coming from? Having been deputy minister appointed by same President Edgar Lungu, and now deputy secretary to the cabinet, economical affairs, obviously leaves no doubt at all that the man is politically inclined. And obviously his allegiance will not be to the people of Zambia, but to the appointing authority, who has always appointed him in the 2 previous positions that he has held. If we are not careful, the role of the Bank of Zambia to advise government on certain issues or do's and don'ts will be compromised. I am not against Christopher Mvunga in any way, neither am I questioning his credentials in terms of qualification. I have worked with Christopher Mvunga, and I can attest to the fact that he's eminently qualified, though not experienced enough to be Bank of Zambia governor. I have said he's eminently qualified, though not experienced enough to be Bank of Zambia governor. I don't want to go to his personal life in terms of issues of social life, because for me, what is important is that anybody in a position must be able to perform according to the needs of that position. appointing a person who is politically inclined, who is coming from the same government, which government has a lot of economical problems in terms of the economy, is a minus to the independence of the central bank. And in my view, President Edgar Lungu must rescind this decision.
Interesting views there from Dr. Chimba Kambule, President for the National Democratic Congress Party. We are discussing Christopher Mvunga, if you're just joining us, and we are looking at the man's ability to be Bank of Zambia governor. He was appointed on Saturday to replace Denny Kalialia. We'll be joined by two guests, one from the United Party for National Development, UPND, and another one is
National Congress Party. National Congress Party leader, Mr. Peter Chanda. And obviously, yes, these are not experts in the field of accounts, economics, or anything related to that. But these are people that are aspiring to lead this country one day, and especially soon, actually. Yes, in a year's time, they're aspiring to be in those decision-making positions. So we are meant to understand that they need to have an inch of knowledge on matters to do with the economy, and that's the more reason why we brought them on set, so that we can discuss one or two things. That you, however, out there, you can also contribute by calling the numbers that are scrolling on your screen, just to give us what you feel about this man and how you think the best situation or the best way to resuscitate the economy is going forward. Remember, we only have a year to which we are working on as a country, both in the political world and the national development world.
Yeah, so looking at that, this issue is supposed to be tabled first in the National Assembly over this, but people are saying, our MPs are the ones who are going to say no.
They'll just go, and those that don't want, off the walk out, you know.
It's a sign of protest.
But it's too much.
How is it too much? Because if when you don't agree to something, you have the right to protest.
You have the right to protest,
and the only way you can do that in Parliament is by walking out.
No, but you can also have the right
to discuss.
You have the right to sit.
No, but how do you discuss with people who are not willing?
Because whether you walk out or not, you're in a repeat. I mean, I've said my own.
Okay, so whether they walk out or not,
yes.
That's what you're saying.
So it's better to just sit in and discuss. So yes, you can send us your contributions. Join us on Facebook, that is Camnet TV, and watch us from there. Or you can also send in your contributions. You can also call in and just give us your contribution on this very important topic. Economics affects everyone, it affects every sector, and owing to the effects of COVID-19, our economy has gone down, our inflation rates are just gone wild. The monetary policy, we've got the different stakeholders advising government, so can we do this, hoping that things will be better as the year comes to an end. This is the second quarter? Yes, we're still in the second quarter of the year and until month end August. Then we'll enter into the third quarter. So obviously after that, we'll be able to get updates on what happened in the second quarter. Obviously the second quarter has not been very good, because that's when the country was hit with COVID-19, and the revenue collection also went down, it declined due to these same issues. So we're hoping for the best.
I don't think it's right to blame COVID-19.
No, it's not, but the president also mentioned, Bank of Zambia also mentioned, ZRA also mentioned, because these are financial institutions, for lack of a better term. You know, they also mentioned, say, revenue collection will be affected because of this and this will be affected because of this. So we cannot run away from that. It's a global thing.
Yeah, well, hopefully the man that has been appointed to come and fix things for your own children and your grandchildren, your chani and your chani and your chani.
So would it be right if I say Mvunga will fix it? Vunga will fix it.
You're not going to steal someone's slogan. Copyright.
I'm just saying, Vunga will fix it.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so we take a quick break as we are being joined
by
our guests.
Msika is here. We have you all covered with just 150 kwacha. You can advertise every day from 17 hours to 18 hours. For a 30-second ad, get the benefit of selling your products and services on Msika. For more details, call our marketing department on +260 953 995099 +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467. Email us on info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Camnet TV World News. For a prompt response, call +2609 53 995 099 or +2609 62 444 726 or +2609 711 77467. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Hello, Camnet TV viewers. I'm your pastor, Pastor Moses Chuluba. On the 24th of August 2020, I'll be hosting the UPND President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, on national matters at 2030. Please make a date with me. Contributions will be by Skype and Zoom. You can also text. We hope to see you there. God richly bless you. May God bless Zambia.
Alright, welcome back. This is the Rise and Power Breakfast Show right here on Camnet TV, not just another channel. Now, as you can see, there's a gentleman with me here, Gilbert Liswani. So how are you?
Fine, how are you, madam?
I'm okay. Why are you looking at me so nervously? Like it's been long since we were on TV.
It's been long, yes.
I can tell. Okay. And of course, we have the president here. Good morning.
Good morning, thank you.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine, and good morning to all the viewers.
Okay, and
your Congress Party president. You know when you say president.
Anyway, can you keep quiet? Are you not a president?
You have to mention the party.
Yes, well, but people already know. This is a very famous man.
No.
Are you not famous? Okay, so we'll be discussing about Christopher Mvunga. I hope you know the man. Of course. I don't know who wants to go first. What do you know about him? Do you know he's our new governor now?
Thank you very much. Yeah, he's part of our people in Zambia, our leaders in Zambia. I think some of us, we know him as a politician, or I may say some of us, we know him as a cadre like ourselves. So I will tell you that, yeah, we have seen what people are writing, how people are complaining, but it's part of life. It's something which we should learn, all of us as a nation. Why are people complaining? And why people are praising Dr. Kariaria? So all of us, we should understand that not everybody within the PF that in this institution that they are bad. There are people who means well, but the only problem that they mingle with, they find themselves with people who like corruption, who are dancing to corruption. Them stealing, and stealing for them, it's part of their life. That's why certain of these leaders who are running these institutions, we know them, some of them, they mean well to this country. So when they are being checked out from those offices, yeah, people have a right to complain. Why? Because some of us, or many Zambians, what they have said, a Bank of Zambia, that's where all of us, we put our money as a citizen. And we know that we need to put somebody who is I think a straight man who is honest, so that by all means is trying to save the people of Zambia. So when you put certain names and certain characters who have questions in their lives, yes, people complain, say, I think now we have a bad leadership in the Bank of Zambia, and the people of Zambia have a right to question those things from their appointees. So that's where we're going, but for all of us, we know why Dr. Kariaria has been fired or been retired. So all of us, we know the reasons, and that's why though they mean well, they are busy today to say, I think about Edgar Lungu Paja, Maruvianya.
Well, when you say all of us, we know why Denny Kariaria has been fired, what do you mean? Because I don't think me and Sharon know. If you know why he was
for me, these issues come a long time ago to do with the butane, Pankani Andarama, Zamene Izi, Pankani Ango. So all of us, we know. When you are against something in our Edgar Lungu, which support the people of Zambia, automatically the Edgar Lungu will do away with you. Because for me, the Edgar Lungu and corruption is some card in a phone. For them, they don't think that's what he understands. So those who means well, always will stay away from them. But again, it is true among ourselves as leaders. Why should you put yourself with the people who don't mean with the people of Zambia? It's better you stay away. So they continue rooting this country, so that they can see how people now on their complaining. Because if even people of South Africa are complaining, to say, Dr. there's a reason. Because they saw this man is very straight, he's able to save the people of Zambia. But in the way we can't do then those are the challenges we are facing as a nation.
Peter Chanda?
Well, let me first and foremost state that I've known the workmanship that he was in the man, Mr. Denny Kariaria. I remember very well he was deputy governor under Karip Fundanga, and they worked very well. And at the same time he's been at the helm of Bank of Zambia from 2015, I think, after the other governor was relieved of his duties. I want to state that he is shown that commitment in terms of handling the economy of this country. But I want to state one thing, as you may be able to understand. For me, I do not know the reasons why he has been fired, because when the president, and it is the principle of the president to hire and fire. So when he performs his duties, you cannot be able to assume what he has not stated in the letter. You know, when you look at the letter that was written by Mr. Chipande, the president has not given reasons as to why he has terminated the contract of Mr. Denny Kariaria. Unless Mr. Denny Kariaria himself states to say, no, actually, I have been fired because of this. I think the challenge that we have in this country is that we have the tendency of concluding, like I stated last time when I came on set here, I said the problem that we have is that which was prophesied or said by Danny Kaya, who said, Mwena Zambia kwena mwalishupa nomba pantu mkongo.
You see, so we have a problem in terms of making conclusion. But one thing that I need to state is that life is about appointment and disappointments. And I strongly believe Mr. Denny Kadaria understands the grounds and the reason why his contract has been. It is only him that is able to, can be able to come to the nation. All of us, we can be able to speak, we can be able to speculate, but we do not have that authority to state and put words in the mouth of Danny Kadaria. Secondly, I don't see any foul play in terminating the contract, because that is a preserve of the president. Terminating the contract of another and appointing another person. As we may be able to be aware, Christopher Mvunga may have his personal life, but one thing that we need to know is I've known him as one man that is intelligent. I've known him as a man that is focused and dedicated to duty. He was one of the deputy minister in the Ministry of Finance. He's performed well as deputy secretary to the cabinet in charge of finance and economic affairs. So I strongly believe the president has got the reasons why he's fired. For me, what came to my mind in terms of speculating is why Danny Kadaria been fired.
Okay, so Mr. Chanda, while the preserve to hire and fire remains in the hands of the president, do you think this is the right time to change leadership in this very important department?
Well, let me state one thing. The president has got foresight on the country that we, you and me, may not have. He's got foresight on the people that he works with, which we don't understand. You understand? It's like the way you run this institution. As we are able to see it nice from whatever, but we do not know the challenges that you people face.
The president is a human being who can make mistakes.
Yes, but one thing I can be able to state is that change, if there is something that is constant, that is change. So when a particular change comes, we cannot make conclusion. We cannot even begin to give certain justification to say, no, the timing is wrong. There is always time for everything. So I strongly believe the 5 years that Denny Kadaria has served as Bank of Zambia governor, we are all aware how the economy of this country has been managed. And I want to state that Denny Kadaria has not been working alone. You know, Mvunga, with the position that he had, that position has got foresight on the operations of Bank of Zambia, because he was deputy secretary to the cabinet in charge of finance and economic affairs. Meaning he was interlinked with whatever the operation of Bank of Zambia and anything that relates to the economy of this country.
But even though you are saying he was interlinked with everything, this one also here just from saying the man is a cadre somehow. Do you think Mvunga is really the man to be Bank of Zambia governor? Do you think he's capable?
Inclination.
Yeah.
Let me state one thing. The president cannot appoint somebody who does not have the necessary qualification that deserves that position. First and foremost, you know that Christopher Mvunga is not a cadre that we can be able to say is a cadre that is not educated enough to handle that position.
So he's a cadre.
I'm saying all of us are cadres.
So he's an educated cadre.
No, but we know what we mean exactly when you say someone is a cadre. We know exactly what we mean.
Let me tell you one thing. All of us are cadres. You are a cadre in your own
Zambia, it's a different thing. When they tell you that you are a cadre in Zambia, it's a totally different.
Let me tell you one thing. Yes. All of us are cadres. Everyone is a cadre, because a cadre simply means somebody that supports a particular ideology.
Who's cadre?
That's a cadre. So they only.
Are you a cadre?
I'm cadre number 1 on the NCP. I'm cadre number 1. Just like my brother here is cadre number 1 on the youths for UPND in Lusaka province. So he's number 1 cadre. And this president is cadre number 1 for the party that he belongs. So when we talk about somebody is a cadre, everyone has got what to believe, but that cannot crucify you and deter you from becoming what you can be or deserving a particular appointment.
Okay, this one also.
What's your take on that?
For me, first of all, we are going towards an election, and it's a political strategy. Mr. Edgar Lungu wants people who can control. That's why it took somebody to mana iwedemkada mzatu uzaenda pale. But for some of us, it's professionalism. So the game I know paja. For us, I don't talk too much, but it's a game. we will start going, we'll see what will be happening in our country. We should get worried, all of us, but I think now it's time to open our eyes, all of us. The appointment of Vunga should open our eyes, and for us as an opposition, we'll try by all means to ensure that we do checks and balances, hitting him, that institution. So all of us as Zambian people are just appealing to you that it is time we take interest to do with the Bank of Zambia now, to see what will be happening, because that is a political strategy towards 2021 election. That is my answer.
But this case has to be taken to the National Assembly first.
It is true, but this is a political strategy already. Mr. Edgar Lungu and the PF, they know what they're doing. That's what I'm saying. We Zambian people now, let's open our eyes. We should see that we should have interest in these institutions now, because we are now towards the election. And most of these institutions, the way we have seen ZESCO has been damaged because of cadreism. The way we have seen RATSA, the way we have seen ZRA, it goes not to the Bank of Zambia. We should get worried as a nation. The way we have seen Saka City Council or the local government is being destroyed in this nation, where people are losing money anyhow. These things should get worried as a nation. So for me, what's been on the ground and seeing what these institutions are doing, we should get worried as a nation. But let's open our eyes and let's speak one language, all of us, by checking these guys who are in government. That is my message.
Do you think Kariaria was doing a good job? Why was he fired? Well, quite all right, you've said maybe, I don't know about issues of Bill 10. You are the one who was saying it. We don't really have proof and evidence of that. That's the reason why he was fired. But do you think the man was doing a good job? The president fired him because of political issues?
Let me tell you, when you have a stance by protecting the people of Zambia, and when the president himself doesn't want, you are going to have battles with the appointees. The issue is, why is that today in all the radio stations, social media, all of us, we are saying, why firing Dr. Gat? That should be the question, all of us. That means the man means well to this country. That means people within even that institutions appreciated the man. That's why people now are saying, but why? Why are you chasing this man? Give us the reason. No reason is given to us. So let's wait and see. But I've already told you that the cadreism and professionalism, which you have seen in ZESCO, that's why today they're shedding like no man's business. The issue you are seeing in RATSA, ZRA, expected to Bank of Zambia now, and you're going to have a lot of issues now there. I'm just telling you, people of Zambia, to understand what we will start doing, going through now, up to now until election time.
Okay, so there have been calls from other political figures that this man should reject this appointment. Do you think that's the way to go, if at all he feels? Because we are meant to believe that the person who is supposed to lead the central bank is supposed to be a technocrat. The major concern here for a lot of people is that this person is politically inclined. That's the major concern, not about his qualifications, not about his personal life, or not about his capability of delivering, but then this political tag that he has, which has been confirmed by our guest here that he's a cadre. So we can't dispute that, but then should he reject it? I don't know. What do you think he should do?
He can't reject. As I said, it's a political strategy by the PF. So he can't reject. That is number one. He can't reject because he's a politician. He's part of the PF. Okay? It's part of the PF. The issue is it's a strategy of the PF. As I said, let's have an eye now for Bank of Zambia. All of us as a nation now, what will be happening there? So for sure, I agree with you. The question which everybody is asking, Ujamuntu, ainambari andare, kufikansa. That's the question. If it was just somebody else, no question, people would have said, okay. But because of that political, ni kada mzatu. Avunga ni kada mzatu. Omwende kuli konse ni kadalism. Owenga menende ku Bank of Zambia ni huna wa governor. Nazagambate. Wazanti kambije politics. Mwofesi mwao. That is a fact. Because the politician.
All right, so you can call us on 0968-675273 and send us your contributions. You can ask the two gentlemen that are here in the studio with us discussing the newly appointed bank governor, obviously subject to ratification in Parliament. But then, as it stands today, we are assuming he is the bank governor while we await ratification. So you can also send us those contributions. Just give us your view if you think this is the right person to be central bank governor. Why are you smiling?
You see what? The biggest problem that we have is that in this country we want to label people. But I want to state one thing, just to correct you. A technocrat is a technocrat, whether he is a politician or he's not a politician. As far as I know, Christopher Mvunga is a technocrat by nature. Look at the positions that he has held. Anything that he has done relates to what he has gone to be now at Bank of Zambia. He was deputy minister in the Ministry of Finance. That was his first appointment.
Mr. Chandra,
secondly, he was appointed, his second appointment is deputy secretary to the cabinet, which is a civil servant's job.
That's what I wanted to ask. Like, if you are a civil servant.
When he was appointed civil servant as deputy secretary to the cabinet in charge of finance and economic development, we did not question. When he's appointed Bank of Zambia governor, we said,
Bank of Zambia governor a civil servant?
Yeah?
Mr. Chandra.
Is the Bank of Zambia governor a civil servant?
He's part of a public
and
officer.
Clearly, the laws of Zambia state that if you want to be into politics, detach yourself.
Please be a politician.
Being a civil servant.
Let me tell you one thing. A civil servant, you understand? Patrick Mvunga, this one, Christopher Mvunga, is the current, who was just 3 days ago, deputy secretary to the cabinet in charge. You understand? Deputy secretary to the cabinet. That is not a political position.
All right, just hold your phone. Take the call. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you so much for calling Camnet TV. Your name and your contribution?
My name is Julian.
All right.
The current speaker there is Mr. Chandra.
Yes.
Is he running a political party or is a surrogate from here?
He's a political party leader.
But the way he decides the spokesperson from here is not there to look at the issue at hand and then contribute according to a leader of a political party. He's very busy defending the other party. So I'm finding out, is he really a president or is he a surrogate? Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling.
All right, Mr. Chandra, you were saying something?
Yes, and just to answer the big man that has come on stage, we need to understand that in life we have different ideologies and we wear different colors. The fact that my brother here wears a party regalia that is red, like part of my tie.
That's not red, Mr.
This is not red. I'm saying like you understand? And I wear a color that is, my color is like that for my party.
I've never even seen
that doesn't mean
of your colors.
It's yellow.
That does not mean if he likes red and I like this color, that should not subject me or reduce me from being a person. So just to answer the callers, I'm the president of a political party. But the fact that our friends from UPND see faults in the appointment of Christopher Mvunga, I shouldn't see. Just because I'm a leader of a political party, I shouldn't see anything wrong. Because this man was deputy secretary to the cabinet in charge of finance and economic affairs. What is wrong with him being appointed Bank of Zambia governor?
You don't see anything wrong?
Let's look at one thing. Do you remember that at a point, Dr. Michael Gondwe was appointed Bank of Zambia governor? Was he an economist? He was appointed by the late Michael Chikusat. Was he an economist? Let's look at the people that have been Bank of Zambia governor. We had the former UNIP president who was Bank of Zambia governor. Francis, his name is Francis Nkoma.
You know, the bone of contention.
He became UNIP president after serving as Bank of Zambia governor. So let's be able to understand, all of us. Let's not be short-minded, but let's understand that in life, technocrats are all over. So can you give me now the rationale in the way you understand the former unit president? So history, the challenge that we have in this country is that when we want to demonize somebody, we demonize them. Just like I wouldn't want to go into those issues that my brother was talking about to say, no, when you look at President Lungu and corruption, his phone and SIM card, I mean, that is a sweeping statement. And it's a very serious allegation on the president.
But it's like you're also...
You understand? Now, when you look at that one, you cannot, when somebody has not been convicted by the courts of law, you cannot call them. I cannot call my brother here, looking at the way he's wearing. You understand? When you look at the dressing that my brother is wearing here, Nyapa Street, you understand? This dressing Nyapa Street, you understand? And when you look at him, one would simply conclude to say, you understand? But I know this is not the first time that I've been with him on set. We coordinate very well. He will speak and all those. There's mutual respect that I have. But I shouldn't conclude because just because one guy, then he's a criminal. You know, those are some of the things that we need to differentiate until the courts of law prove somebody to say this one is a criminal. That's when you can be able. When you talk about the former manager who was convicted from the Minister of Health, is it Kapoko, something like that? If somebody is convicted, if you talk about Kashiwa Bulai, who was PS, who was convicted by the courts of that one, you can be able to say yes, that one is a criminal because the court declared. But before anybody is arrested, before anybody is taken on through the court process, you cannot allege them to say they are corrupt.
Let's take them.
Good morning. Boss. You are welcome. Please go ahead.
Munga yao gavana uyo na ebe na nganikata zona kamba zona mzaga simu funa olowani azaleta problem azambo favoring makadazi hapa wanankala munga kapena ni mabwana wala mulipalaye miso mulikulati takuja ufuna mbela msonga motoka ebe atabwera pala sheti oleana ni yashipani ameni apie kwa fikira teku ngeni nao wamuyo pana kumuyo so chamusho olowani
All right.
Yes, I just want to tell my colleague here, President Kuti, the head of state, Edgar Chagorungu. For us, we have tight because our job is to ensure that we do what is best for this country. And who will tell him? And will tell him and will call them names. Because when you associate yourself with corruption, who will tell you like that? You are president and talk about if we are not corrupt. You are aware that today is using the ACC now, one of them, to clean his ministers. And two, is accusing the ACC that they want to hold him from government. That's what he's doing. When people are complaining about corruption, it's responsibility of the president to ensure that he saves the people of Zambia. So if he doesn't do that, we'll call him names. It ends there. That institution called the presidency, President Edgar Lungu, ni watu Mazambians. So you want to please, continue pleasing Wachanda, continue pleasing the PF, us as an opposition, as a young leader, our responsibility is to speak against injustice in this country. We speak against somebody who's trying to play with the monies of the people of Zambia. That is our role. Because the more we speak, now bayo pakota baliswanso baziba kuja, bamdala ukalingalinga baziba, lekani vokuba kubai. That is our job. What more here we are talking? that people are busy rooting this country. You have seen the city market issue. The city market issue. A card that was given responsibility to man that city market, 13 million has gone. All of us, we know these issues. Mao Sampa told us. Now, should we keep quiet? No. The issue of Mkula 3, all of us, we know. There are many allegations which have been coming out, which Mr. Edgar Chagwa should be in forefront to fight corruption. But he doesn't want. So you want us to start massaging a problem because in Edgar Chagwa. No, we are killing our own person there. Let's tell him the truth. We are helping Edgar Chagwa to start doing the right thing. Then every day you wake up, you are praising. Akazimba chibe nyimbo ya bwina, ana nyimbo ipa akazimbe sesa. Ti nyimbo niyo ipa na hivi. Nikumvese sawa kama mbwani nyimbo. So Achanda, I'm appealing to you as a young leader. It is time, let's try by all means assist our leaders, even my ministers. Assist one-on-one. Now assist what people are saying on the ground. Why are people complaining? That is responsibility. Today, Edgar Lungu, the one now putting fear in the ACC. So, that people, I said fearing now, you cannot touch anybody. Let people work, do their job. Because ACC ilimunga ni mkazi wa pa nyumba. Iwe mamuna wacho wakunchito wa fola ndalama. Ufuna kuononga kamba usa ononga mamuna wanga. Izi ndrama, iza clinic, iza kuipia kwa hospital vana. Izi ndrama, iza kuskulu. Izi ndrama ncho kuja. That's why they are stopping stealing. And you today you want to say, iya, osalesa wandu. Imomfula chemu kanipisha mu government. No, let's stop that. That's what now I'm appealing to you. You go and talk to the president Edgar Lungu. Please take the so. That's what we want from you, Rachana. So I'm giving this message to you.
There's an assignment for you.
No, listen.
You talk to the president one-on-one.
The issue is that when you allege something, you must have the facts. You understand? To date, you understand it? The SEC, how many cases have they proved in court? That's the question. And the president has got the right. It's like the same example that he is given. That SEC is like Mkazwa Panyumba. Let's say we are a couple. You and me, Constance. Then
can you think that?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you for calling us. Tell us your name and give us your contribution.
Well, my name is Naomi. I'm calling you from Chingola.
All right.
I think about this appointment, it is very down of whatever the president has done. It is a very down move because we all know what the Constitution says about a politician. But since it is Pierce, it's like Pierce is the only thing above the law. They say no one is above the law, but Pierce and its leadership is above the law. It is clear that no politician should hold a public office. What has happened to Bank of Zambia is what happens, like me, I say in Chingola. In the KCM, in the mines, we are not allowed even to go with the political guardian. But we have these cadres, now that the government is running the mines, we have cadres going in the mines, which they are PFA guardians. If it's the opposition, whichever party will go in the mine with a t-shirt for maybe LCH or whatever it is, they will be beaten, they will be fired. But these so-called PF, they would go and they would say, as we are in power, we are the government of today. So what the government is doing, we can even start giving the president wrong names, even calling, because he has showed that he has failed. Whatever that is happening in Zambia, he has failed. In the morning, I was looking at the news where 14 boys were fighting over a 140 kwacha. This shows this, and they are PF cadres. Those boys were PF cadres. They would not even mention their political party, but if it was the opposition. So this is the Zambia that the PF has created. We need change as a country. And Mr. Chanda, we should call a spade a spade. Where the government has failed, let's acknowledge that these people have failed. how are we going to change if we are going to sugarcoat the problem? So where there is a problem, let's say, no. Mr. President, here you are wrong. If he changes all of us from Zambia and he remains himself with his cadres, let it be so that let's call a state.
All right,
thank you so much.
Remember, the views expressed by our callers are not that of Camnet TV, but the viewers. Mr. Chanda, you were on the floor.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that, you see, when we are talking about corruption, we must have evidence. Let me give one example of the 48 houses. It was a thorny issue. Today, it is silent, simply because the chairperson for finance in the party that belongs to my brother here, where he belongs to, it has been proved that the person who is the owner of the 48 houses is a nephew to the chairman for finance in the UPND. And today, 48 houses issue is no longer the issue of corruption.
Have you proven that, Mr. Chanda?
Let me state, these are facts that are in public domain.
Not mere speculation.
Not mere speculation. These are facts. Even in Parliament, they debated that issue. If you want, that issue was even brought up in Parliament. I remember the Chief Whip stated that in Parliament. And today the issue of 48 houses, it's no longer the issue of corruption. So the problem that we have, yes, I appreciate even the caller, what she stated, but one thing I could not agree with her is that you cannot be able to talk about total failure. Look at South Africa today. Their economy is not in good shape. President Lungu is one president that has faced several turbulences and challenges in his tenure.
What are some of the things that you think?
But the economy of this country has remained resilient. It is not in bad shape. We are not in a total collapse of the economy. Otherwise, we can't be here. You understand? We can't talk about injustice. If there is injustice, to be honest with you, we can't even sit here and talk.
So, Mr. Chanda, are you saying Zambians just love complaining when there's nothing to complain about?
Let me tell you. In
the Patriotic Front have done it all.
The economy is booming.
They've done. No, I'm saying the economy is not in total. Meaning, you should be able to understand. Be in context.
Okay.
You understand? Be in context. I've said the economy is not in a total bad shape.
Okay.
Look at the responses that have been done to the COVID-19 situation. Government released 10 billion stimulus package for small and medium enterprises to access. That money is sitting at the Bank of Zambia. Government, for the first time, has released money to pay the retirees, those that retired in 1989. Those that retired years back, not that they retired under the PF government. Government has released another 8 million bond. You see, there are responses that are made. Youth empowerment recently was launched. What you need to do in order for you to create a better economy is that you and me, we should become hard workers. Let me tell you, the economy of this country will not change by us complaining and murmuring. It caused the children of Israel to wallow in the wilderness for 40 years and they all died in the wilderness. Only Joshua and Caleb, who had a positive statement, entered the promised land. What will take the economy forward is what we stand to promote as New Congress Party. That is productivity, peace and unity. Tuaikatana chapamwan, we start working. When these funds are being said that they are being released for youth empowerment, I challenge the lady who called from Chingola. Youth empowerment was launched there. Please go to the relevant ministry, that is a government department that is there, the provincial administration, and see how you can be able to access those funds. Go to your DC and say, how can I access those funds? My challenge to the district commissioners across the country is that please educate the people on how they can be able to access these facilities that are being given for people to access. There are money for artists. There is money for youths. 490 million. Go and see how you can access it. Write down. Come up with an idea. Talking will not help us. Talking caused the children of Israel, all of them that left in number from Egypt, they all died in the wilderness because they kept complaining and murmuring. If there's something...
Hold your thought, hold your thought.
Let's speak another call.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. Please, how are you?
Thank you so much for calling us. Tell us your name to give us your contribution.
Yes, I'm Pastor William. I'm calling from Kabasa.
All right.
Yes. Hello, Brother Swaniso. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Hello, Pastor Janda.
Good morning, man of God. How are you?
I'm fine, thank God. I would like to comment also on the new appointment of the new governor of the Bank of Zambia. You know, what we need this time about this issue of the collapse of the economy, it's not the governor, but it's a problem with the entire system, governance system. You know, the way our ruling government, the city government, the government this country, there's so much of expenditure than like creating money.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's a problem. Then again, another thing. I think also to advise Pastor Chanda, man of God, you know, sometimes some people they condemn for the pastor to enter in politics. But in me, I don't condemn it because it's a good thing, because when you are there, you have to stand as the light. You know, man of God, this government, especially the ruling party, the party you are supporting, but see a lot of bad things. We see a lot of bad things. Talk about you are talking about like political violence, and there's a lot of things that happen. Yeah, about this, the recently happened of the JJ thing, because I mean, the police. That's not a good thing. You know, that's not a good thing, not at all. If they happen, a lot of happen, there's nothing good happening in this government which has seen other people. Me myself, I found myself in the city market. Those things that cannot happen, they're not okay things which are happening in the market. You see, and when we see you as a man of God there, we expect you to be the light to them. But unfortunately, you're not standing like a light. You're standing there, you're just there for the personal benefit. But how are you positioning yourself to this government as a man of God? You have to guide them. You be given to rebuke them when they're doing something wrong. It's not good. It's not good, not at all. Yes, we expect you to do more. You as the people, then God are important to do more. To advise the government, to rebuke them. You see, that's happening. Nothing good will happen right now. There are a lot of things, bad things. I heard I saw one of your clips on the news where you are fighting the political parties, those who are taking part in the forthcoming by-elections. You said they should do this from tribalism, remarks, and also political violence. But talk about this tribal remarks. Who has been those? Who has given tribal remarks? The ruling party, I've never heard any opposition speaking about tribalism, but they're fearful. They've been speaking tribalism. They've been speaking bad things, they've been using bad words about the tribes in this country. We have seen in the media.
We can wind up, Pastor.
They've been using the sentiment of tribalism, a lot of them. We have been seen. Please advise them. You're a man of God. That's lightly. Advise them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Pastor Chanda, the light to the leadership. Are you playing your role properly as a man of God?
Let me state one thing. I appreciate the sentiments from the man of God, but he shouldn't be making a sweeping statement to say you are in there for your personal benefit. He doesn't know what I do and where I come from.
Yeah.
That's one thing that one needs to understand. And secondly, we need to be factual. Bane, if he stays in Lusaka, if he's talking about city market, I mean, Soweto market, yale kwa tamatika every year. I planted my church there. The first ministry that I raised started with 2 people right there in Soweto market. Narepita Mati. Fort had bought a very big building there, right there in Soweto market. Today, I can tell you, all these years before the PF came into government, business, Yama Jombo, we are in business. When you want to go and buy your food there, you have to make sure that you have to hire Amajom. I mean, can we say, like, he's a man of God? He's talking about the truth. Which part of Lusaka is he staying? Is he staying in Lusaka? Because Lusaka is being transformed. South Africa, on the SAPIC channel, they started to say Zambia is the best best investment destination in Africa. We, the Zambian people, we are always seeing wrong things. We have more people that are fighting to come in this country and make investment. We're a peaceful country. When we talk about democracy, that's the reason why we can sit like this with my brother. This one is, my brother can even speak and say, President Bungu and the corruption in the phone and SIM card, and he's free.
And
you talk about, you understand? You talk about bad things. Can you talk about? Can you say that during Kaunda era?
Okay. Can we get a comment from this
the president? Can you say that? But today, democracy is prevailing in this country.
Yeah,
you understand? Right. People are peace. But one thing I need to always condemn. I do not tolerate, like what the lady said, the issue of cadres. Cadreism is what costed UNIP.
Do you have cadres in your
I
party?
have got cadres, but they are termed cadres.
Okay.
They don't engage in violence.
But what did
when you talk about political violence,
what did you tell your cadres?
You understand? Political violence. When you talk about political violence, for me, I'm failed to understand which part of the man of God, of the country the man of God comes from, where he says the PF, he has got hatred against the PF.
No.
I've heard President Bungu condemn violence. I've not heard his president condemn violence.
Okay.
You understand? When a situation happens, the president will be the first one to tell the cadres to say stop. Now, you see, cadres live in their particular world. He's a youth leader, he can be able to state. You understand? He can be able to state. He can command them. He's been very peaceful himself. He can command cadres to say, don't do this. But cadres are cadres.
Okay, Mr. Chanda, let's
you understand? When they want to do something, they will go.
Mr. Liswani, so he has accused your president. I know we're discussing issues to do with Mpunga, but we have diverted. He's accusing your president of not denouncing violence, especially in the period that we're going into. I remember we covered you when you went to the police to have the conversations on how best political violence can be curtailed. So what's your take on that? Have you never said stop violence?
There are two things. Who's supposed to condemn? It is HH, which he has done. The one who's supposed to stop, it is Edgar Lungu, who's always condemning. So is there any sense there? So I don't know what this man is talking about. So we'll leave him the way he thinks. That's the only thing. That's why the man of God has advised him. Serious things advised him. So if they don't want to take that advice, it's the people who are talking. We are here representing the people. And the people on the ground, and what we are saying here, or what he's saying, they're not agreeing. When people are saying the PF have failed us. If I say SIM card na phone by Edgar Lungu, I mean it. That is a fact. It is him who's supposed to stop corruption. It is him. Even when he don't steal himself, but if other people are stealing there, and then he's busy embracing them, whom should we call who is stealing? We'll call him that you are the one stealing. It ends there. Ngawafuna katipele ku court. Tizande tikamera ku court. Need to put some evidence man. But that's camping was so it has a responsibility as a president to stop. When we say this is no, it's no. The issue of democracy, all of us were speaking. Yes, we are talking, because this is what our forefather fought in 1991, that we should speak, we should assemble, people should protest, people should demonstrate. These things were fought for. So no one should stop us. And if you don't want to be criticized, then one staying in State House. Remove from there, and then the other people should go there. Because leadership is not about praising you. Leadership is about people criticize you, it is you to show leadership. It ends there. There's nothing praising, no, matipangira road. Sin drama zako, in drama zato, Mazambians. It is your responsibility to give us a road. If you give us job today, no one will praise you because it is our country. We are supposed to be given those things. But what I've seen, most of these leaders we have today, they want to be praised. I want to see that to be like Mwanawasa. Mwanawasa was hitting right and left. Nothing like praising him. We all of us came to understand Mwanawasa after he died. In fact, before he even died, everybody said, Mwanawasa kabati wabaiwe. That's how Mwanawasa gained popularity among Zambian citizens. That's what we expected Kuliva Edgar Chagwa Lungu. But what does he do? Vice versa. Him is embracing corruption. When you speak in YCC, you don't do that to your people. And I say this to many young people that it's our responsibility as Mwanawasa encouraged to say, young people, stand up and speak about your challenges. In Kenya, yandalama empowerment, apandama zizikubwera. I period na wavunga waenda kuja zizikubwera ndama tenge ndama zija. But in our mind, we should know that these people don't mean well. Go and get your NRC. Register as a voter. When it comes time, let's vote them out. But this ndama zikarikubwera, vigayo vizabwera, ng'ombe zizabwera, all these things will come. Let's get these things. It is ours, because this empowerment does not mean well. It's about imukufuna voters card yani. Ilimonga mamuna akakumenya mpera kugura chitenge. Ukakalipa mpera kugura chitenge. Apaposa kugurira. That's what the people are doing now. So let's open our eyes and ensure that whatever is coming now, let's have it, let's eat. There's nothing like empowerment hapa. Never boss won't say that's just to weak you. You can see that chapa mkonkan person drama that when we did PF.
I like the examples. 2 examples about marriage. Happily married man. Clear indication.
But even the pastor here, I think you gave an example of marriage as well or something.
To your Constance, if you're a couple,
nice
disturb them.
Yeah, I was saying, if you were a couple and then you constantly give me wrong information, you say, one we are bite. Abachani, you can't prove it. You understand? Yeah, I'll just challenge my brother one thing. If he has got corruption allegations, serious evidence like he has stated, let him go to the Anti-Corruption Commission and save them from the mess that they are in now, that they are failing to prove cases.
But when they say this,
you understand? That is the number one. The president has demonstrated leadership. He has not withheld the Anti-Corruption Commission from probing even ministers. But the question is, why are they failing to prove cases? When did they start the cases against Shimakambwe? When did they start cases against? And today we are not getting verdicts. We are not getting headway in everything. Secondly, if he's talking about presidency is supposed to be condemned, why is it that they are praising one man from 206? Why is it that? Why is it that they are praising one man?
You want them to praise which man?
Let me tell you, why is it that if they are talking about somebody should not be praised? Now look at this. How many vice presidents have been condemned who have worked under this person? Who is their leader? You understand? The answers to the problems that this country has got do not lie in one person that some people worship. You understand? They should first demonstrate capacity. Let them go to the convention and ensure that they elect me. I'm still serving my 5 years. 5 years from the time I was elected as president on NCP ticket. I haven't yet. But let them go to the convention and let's see democracy in their party for the first time. There is no democracy. Look at how GBM was ended out from the UPND. Look at how GBM was ended out with all the massive contribution that he did.
It was in
so why do you keep on praising one man since 2006?
Let me tell you.
Why are you praising one person?
Let me state one thing.
Yeah.
In Bemba we say each kwanka bachimwena kumampalania. You understand? If these people have kept one man, praising one man, meaning that man, when he gets into office, he will be more holier than he is now. Because they praise him, despite whatever people. The people of BP are crying that his company has not paid them their pensions.
Okay,
but
let's accommodate
we don't hear them condemn to say, actually, this is wrong, Mr. President. So let him first begin by advising.
Good morning, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Tell us your name and your contribution.
From within Lusaka.
All right.
I want to find out where I can find Pastor Chanda.
Our guest?
Yes.
Okay, you can call us back when the show is done.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Let me tell you one thing. When we talk about praising and corruption, to point out, he's talked even about the 48 houses, PF. Simunga mumange muntu huyo ngani wa UPND okapela just arrest the same issue the forest 27 or just arrest if these are UPND. If you can arrest even this one, you haven't done anything. Mati manga lionse. Why can't you arrest somebody na 48 houses? 48 houses ni happy living to van. So musakane living to van. So don't worry. If you want evidence, 2021 is coming. I'm asking the people of Zambia to vote UPND. And you see the owners of the 48 houses. You are going to see Wamiana Dendra, Mother 44, Matanika, my fire tenders. Muzaona. All these people will come and you see them. I would want to tell you that Hakainde has been criticized in this country, okay, by everybody. Even including me, I've criticized Hakainde. That's leadership, okay? But he has focused on the things which brings unity in the country, things which can bring this country now to have development. That has been Hakainde. What I want to encourage the people that great criticism, because Hakainde has been spoken, has been humiliated. How many times have you humiliated him? Have we come to you to say Chanda because Makabaso? No, we listen. Does Mr. Chanda and his party make sense what they're talking about UPND? If it makes sense, we go and implement. If we say don't make sense, we forget about you. We focus on the things which it's better for the country. That's how we do as a party. So Hakainde is there. When we talk about intra-party, we will know that UPND has been holding this intra-party election. It is your police which the PF are using. And then Mamange wapanga my election up. And then Mamange up. A matter which is a constitutional matter, your president, Said Galungu, is breaking it. Your president is breaking it. Convention is coming. All of us, we know that all political should go. We are doing that as a party. So if you want even to come to challenge him, we are inviting him. Come and challenge Hakainde. We are inviting him. Come and challenge him. It's a political party of everybody. I want to tell you, UPND is not a political party for one individual. It's for everybody. Same like a political party. It's not a political party. It's for everybody. Same with the PF. It's a political party of everybody. That's what I understand. So for me, I will tell you that Hakainde is there and is there to come and save the people of Zambia. That's why all of you are scared about him. Every day.
All right, so some of the messages. Good morning, Constance and Sharon, watching from Charleston, Frank Chola. And we have Joe Manza, who says, watching the beautiful ladies, Sharon and Galu. Thank you so much. And we have Matthews Nandanda. He says he's watching. And he also says, this man of God, where? Pastor Chanda is playing politics. That's Mr. Justus Mtonga. And he further goes on to say, good morning, Constance and Sharon. So those are some of the messages that we have on our Facebook page. We are in the dying minutes of our show, but we will allow our guests to just give us probably briefly, maybe under 1 minute, your summary of what we should do going forward as a country. Mr. Chanda, your floor.
Well, let me first and foremost state
1 minute.
State that, as New Congress Party, we believe that the Patriotic Front has rolled down the infrastructure development, which is a key signal for economic progress in the future. And my call to all the Zambian people is that it is important that all of us embrace the concept of productivity. We need to be productive as a people and listen in terms of talking. When we listen in terms of talking and we become productive, we build our country. America was built by the Americans. Zambia is only going to be built by Zambians. And one thing we need to know is that as president of a political party, I cannot be able to give you a promise that once you give me the mandate, I have the solutions to turn around the economy with one single mind. It is working together, coming together as a people, becoming productive, that we are going to take this country forward. For 2021, I want to assure the Zambian people that we are still consolidated in our alliance with the Patriotic Front. And whichever political parties will come together, will defeat them in 2021. Because the Zambian people are seeing what this government is doing. And I'm proud that in 2016 I supported the PF, and we are in that alliance, and we are seeing.
You are still proud that in 2021 you are supporting
them. And there I was thinking I'll see him on the ballot.
Yeah, I was willing.
Disappointed, Mr. Niswaniso.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I want to say Zambian people have demonstrated. Zambian people are very hardworking people. They are busy each and every day. All they need is a leader who can come and actualize their dreams and what they are doing. So, for me, I will tell you that as a party and also as the young people, a leader of this in this country, I will tell you that we're encouraging our young people to say that all of us, we know that PFR failed. There's nothing to start now massaging. We have challenges within our homes. I don't need to come and campaign to your home. You know what you are facing through every day. So all we need to do now is to encourage a lot of young people, especially you are in the street. You people who have finished your school, go and get your NRC. It is a requirement, it's a constitutional requirement. From there, let's get a voter's card. It is time, because it is politician who makes life better, and it's a politician who can destroy the country. There are two things. So if you're not involved, then you are leaving this country in the hands of criminals. So all of us, let's come together, and I would want to say 2021, you vote for Hakainde HH and the UPND leadership, which means well to you. which has been speaking on your behalf all along, even when other people, they have chosen to side and eat with criminals in PF. I thank you.
Very interesting indeed. So this was the Rise and Thrive breakfast show right here on Camnet TV, not just another channel. Today we're discussing the appointment of Christopher Mvunga as Bank of Zambia governor. Is the man eligible? Like the word that Sharon doesn't really like, but anyway, we'll still use it. So we were joined by the National Congress Party President, Peter Chanda, Pastor Chanda, and also UPND, your position one Italy, so I just know it's youth in Lusaka, something like that. Yeah, National Youth Deputy, National Chairman, something like that.
Everything, all in one basket.
Yeah, Gilbert Liswadi. So this was quite a good program. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes.
Because you like arguing a lot and you doing your hands like that. One day you slap back at him, brother.
And I was slapping back. So yes, thank you so much for joining us. Join us again on Thursday for yet another edition of the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. My name is Sharon Kalimbula. Remember to stay within the health guidelines. We always make sure to remind you people out there that is masking up, sanitizing your hands, as well as maintaining social distancing. Yes, we are maintaining social distancing in case you feel we are not. So yeah, from us and everyone in the studio,
bye and stay blessed.